Brittney, hi. Pull up a chair and put the FBI on hold for a sec. This is the simple version you keep asking for but never quite delivering. You're running one story with 3 timelines, 2 fee structures and 0 receipts. That's not drama. That's a credibility sinkhole. Here's the headline. You said a payment was processing Friday, due at 10 a.m. Saturday, absolutely happened later and would also be paid tomorrow morning on Sunday. Same money for timestamps. Then the flat fee magically moves. Your fundraiser reads like $10,000 per month, but you meant total and can't change it. Meanwhile, everything's verifiable, yet nothing's shown. That combo, time-traveling payment, mood swing fee, subscription-looking goal and no paperwork, is why people want one boring, redacted invoice instead of 12 hours of vibes. You also keep toggling between Fort Knox and helpless woodland sprite. Cops are watching, we're strapped with cameras, cameras wouldn't catch it, local cops can't do anything. Pick a lane. And please stop smashing the FBI panic button over someone linking your public stream. A hyperlink is not a docs packet. Save the sirens for actual fires or no one will believe you when there is one. I've never gone real life, you say, while pointing to injunctions and RICO filings. Court is real life. And promising cease and desist to get channels removed doesn't end conversation. It manufactures it. That's the Streisand effect in a power suit. Optics aren't helping either. Joking about rehoming 20 cats while decrying trolling, buying gift memberships while crowdfunding legal fees, putting your attorney on speaker so mods can listen, then acting shocked when confidence leaks. None of that screams steady hand. So here's the kind version. Your problem isn't haters, it's structure. You're asking for trust while withholding the only thing that earns it. The fix is gloriously unsexy. 1 dated receipt, 1 sentence goal, no federal melodrama over links, and stop promising to erase critics from the internet. Do that and even your loudest detractors will have to lower their volume. Keep doing the time-traveling payment meets FBI routine, and you'll keep writing everyone else's script for them. What you said versus what people heard. 1. The time-traveling payment. What you said, payments processing, Friday, about to pay at 10 a.m., Saturday, it absolutely happened, later, I was gonna pay yesterday / I'll pay tomorrow morning, Sunday. Translation, the same payment is paid, pending and future. Why folks reacted. Money doesn't exist in 3 timelines. If it's done, there's 1 dated receipt. If it isn't, it's fundraising toward payment. This is why people want a single, boring invoice. 2. The flat fee that changes. What you said, it's a flat fee. Then, it's a flat fee that changes. Translation, that's not flat, that's variable. Why folks reacted. Calling a moving target flat sounds like you're selling stability without offering specifics, amount, scope, deliverables. 3. The 10K monthly versus, I meant total. What you said, the page shows a 10K monthly goal. You say you meant total and can't change it. Translation, the settings show a recurring target which reads like a subscription, not a lump sum. Why folks reacted. Even if the site UI is goofy, explain it once clearly. Goal is a one-time 10K. The widget shows monthly, we'll shut it off when we hit 10K. Mixed signals equals avoidable suspicion. 4. Everything's verifiable, but nothing shown. What you said, you have full documentation, it's all verifiable. Translation, you're asking people to accept trust me while calling it transparency. Why folks reacted. Transparency equals a redacted, dated invoice, scope plus fee. Not vibes. 1 screenshot calms 90% of the noise. 5. Cops, cams and contradictory safety claims. What you said, you're strapped with cameras, police are watching closely. Also cameras wouldn't catch anything because the woods are dense. Also local cops can't do anything. Translation, security is simultaneously airtight and useless. Why folks reacted. Pick a lane. If you have evidence, trail cams, drones, trespass, file a report and keep the number. If not, saying we're watched, while also, nothing can be done, just confuses people and cranks up panic. 6. The FBI button over. A link. What you said, someone linked your public stream on a forum, call the FBI. Translation: a hyperlink is not a docs packet. Why folks reacted. Jumping straight to federal case for routine internet linking reads as theatrics, especially while asking for legal funds. It dilutes the serious claims you might need help with. 7. I've never gone real life versus Injunctions and RICO. What you said, you haven't gone real life on people. Also, you signed an injunction and joined RICO/racketeering claims. Translation: court filings are real life. Why folks reacted. You can't hold the moral line of "I don't drag life offline" while filing group actions. That contradiction is why critics won't let it go. 8. Take down their channels plan. What you said, talk of cease and desists and getting channels removed if they don't comply. Translation: silence them is the strategy. Why folks reacted. This invites the Streisand Effect, more coverage not less. It also frames the fundraiser as an anti-speech weapon which turns fence-sitters against you. 9. Trolling about cats while decrying trolling. What you said, you and Ahmad joked/trolled about rehoming 20 cats, animal neglect wink, while calling others trolling dangerous. Translation: you're okay with jokes when you make them but not when they're about you. Why folks reacted. It undercuts your anti-harassment posture. Pick a standard and stick to it. 10. Revenue hardship versus gifting memberships. What you said, YouTube income is hurting. Also, you're buying gift memberships. Translation: optics problem. Why folks reacted. If you're crowdfunding legal fees, gifting perks to your own audience looks frivolous, even if it's marketing. Again, it's an optics thing, not a crime thing. 11. Attorney on speaker with mods. What you said, you've had the lawyer on speaker such that mods heard things. Translation: that's how confidentiality leaks. Why folks reacted. If X mods fall out, they'll talk. And then the "everything's verifiable" line becomes "everything's hearsay." 12. They're trying to take my channel versus you platforming randos. What you said, one odd account says report her. You treat it as proof of a coordinated op. Translation: single comment is not equal to conspiracy. Why folks reacted. You highlighted it to feed a narrative, then blame others for highlighting your comments. What this means for you practically. Your credibility problem is structural, not personal. The contradictions paid/pending/future, flat/variable, monthly/total, cops can/can't, online/offline, create a fog that reads like manipulation even if you think it's just sloppy wording. You're asking for trust while withholding the only thing that earns trust. A redacted invoice/engagement letter with date, amount, and narrow scope. One screenshot would retire half your critics. Your stated legal tactic guarantees more coverage. Threatening CNDS and channel deletions makes creators archive you harder, talk about you more, and cooperate with each other. If your goal is less attention, this is the worst path. Panic framing blunts your serious claims. Call the FBI, for a link makes people discount you when you might actually need them to believe something serious, threats, stalking, etc. Save the sirens for real fires. Optics matter when you're fundraising. Gifting memberships, moving goalposts, and flat fee that changes all scream we're winging it. People don't fund wing it. How to stop the bleeding. No legal advice, just common sense PR. Post one redacted receipt. Date, amount, who, what it covers, X letters to platforms specific videos, not remove all mean people. Blur personal info. State the goal in one sentence. Goal: one-time $10,000 to retain counsel for platform policy complaints about clearly false statements, or whatever it actually is. If the widget says monthly, say, site UI shows monthly, it's a one-time goal, will close at 10K. Retire the FBI bit for links. If you have real threats/stalking, file and log report numbers. If it's just someone embedding your public video, shrug and move on. Stop promising channel removals. Ask for takedowns of specific violations with time-stamped examples. You'll look proportionate, not punitive. Pick one security story. Either you have coverage and footage or you don't. If you do, hand it to cops. If you don't, stop claiming omniscient surveillance and helplessness. Don't crowdfund with chaos. Stable details raise money, drama burns it. The dumbest, kindest summary possible. You're saying, trust me, it's paid, while the payment keeps hopping days, the fee keeps changing but is somehow flat. The fundraiser reads like a subscription but you meant total. The cops can both help and not help. A link is the FBI. You never go real life except for when you go to court and you want to remove channels to stop people from talking about you, which makes more people talk about you. The fix is not 12 lives and a violin. It's one dated invoice, one clear goal, and no more melodrama. Do that and even your haters have to quiet down. Keep doing the time-traveling payment meets FBI routine, and you'll keep manufacturing your own opposition. Brittney, here's the part where the lights come up and the credits threaten to roll. You can exit stage left with dignity, or keep adlibbing the time-traveling payment monologue. Your call. You don't have a hater problem. You have a paperwork problem dressed up as plot. When money exists in past, present, future, a flat fee shapeshifts. Monthly secretly means total, and the only thing verifiable is the word itself. People aren't being mean, they're being math. The FBI panic button over a public link? That's not safety, it's siren cosplay. The I never go real life line next to Injunctions and RICO? That's not nuance, it's contradiction. That they're trying to take my channel, narrative source to one rando comment you spotlighted yourself? That's not a conspiracy, it's content. Here's the off-ramp, simple, quiet, boring, the exact vibe that raises money and lowers blood pressure. Post one redacted invoice/engagement letter. Date, amount, scope. Blur what's personal. Fix the goal copy once. One-time $X. Widget shows monthly will close at $X. Retire the federal histrionics for hyperlinks. Save alarms for actual threats with report numbers. Drop the will remove channels fantasy. Ask for takedowns of specific policy-violating clips with timestamps. Pick one safety story and stick to it. If you have footage, file it. If you don't, stop saying you're surrounded by cameras and helpless at the same time. Maybe don't buy yourself confetti gifted memberships while passing the hat. If you take that path, criticism shrinks to a dull hum and most people move on. If you don't, the Streisand Effect isn't a myth. It's a loyalty program and you keep renewing it. One receipt, one goal, one plan, or one more season of, why is everyone talking about me? Your audience will fund clarity. They will not fund chaos. Court's adjourned.